Say hey everybody, Golfhouse here, and welcome back to the Stack. This is episode 7 on the Fullstack gaming server. When last we spoke, we introduced a new member to the server. She was a new member, but she was a familiar face for us. We showed Stressmonster around, me and her and a bunch of the other folks from the server. Had a lot of fun, and I don't think anybody died except for me. But we won't talk about that. Since we last spoke, I have been a pretty busy guy on the server. A couple of things have happened. Stress is not actually the only new member on the server. We have 3 new members on the server, and as you can imagine, space here at Twin Pines is starting to run out. So I went ahead and came over here, and I built a little extension out over here and some nice little bridges. I think I've got some signs here welcoming you to, oh, you can't see that, let's come down, welcoming you to the Twin Pines Canal System and Marina. Right now it's just a canal system, no marina yet, but I gave this a go and kind of built this out. This is 20 blocks wide, not counting these guys and not counting these guys either, so that our new members can have a little bit of space to spread out, and they didn't have to kind of cram in to what's going on over there. As you can see, Stressmonster has already taken advantage of this to build what appears to be a shrine to herself? Maybe? And well, guys, you know what they say, you always prank the ones that you love, and we love us some Stressmonster. So we're going to come up here and collect these. And let's see, I've got some sea lanterns here, and we're just going to replace her eyes like that. And it doesn't look that fantastic here in the daytime, but once night falls, I have a feeling that's going to be pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and give her these snowballs back, if the system will let me. Someone's about to time out. Let me go fix it. Oh, there we go. Didn't quite time out yet. So let's go ahead. I don't know where. Oh, that came from there. No, that's not right. Oh, maybe you can't put ladders on that. Can she still get up? Okay, she can still get up. It's not griefing if you can still make it work. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these snow blocks down here so that she has access to them. And yeah, the first mission for episode 7 is accomplished. Since we last spoke, we've also had a lot of activity over at the Wither Skeleton farm, and we've got beacons all over the place. We've got 4 beacons over there by the lighthouse. We've got a beacon here in Twin Pines. We've got beacons all over there. And that is making it incredibly easy to get around now that we have Speed 2 all over the place. You may have seen some of the other full stackers. A group of 6 of them took on 6 withers at once, and they just absolutely wrecked those withers. I would have liked to have been a part of it, but I was at work at the time. But they tell me that there's more planned, and I'm going to be there for it. So the only thing that stinks about having so many Speed 2 beacons at spawn is that when you go away from spawn, it just feels like you're absolutely crawling, especially when you're going down our long nether tunnel to get over to the colony. So the next thing that I've done is I've put these dispensers in. And if we break open this one, you'll see that there's some chests in there, and these are all full of splash potions. So I've got one here, and I've got one at the other end, and I'm in the process of filling them up. But really all you do is come here, hit the button, and now you've got that same Speed 2 effect that we love so much at the spawn town, to help us make our way down the tunnel. And then, of course, once you make it back to the colony, we've been doing some work kind of ripping out the stone and putting dirt down, letting it grow in the grass. You see Yopi's got a really nice looking windmill up there, which totally does not look like a penis. Anyway, if we come this way, we can see the rest of what I've been doing, although it is a bit of a hike. So let me use the magic of video editing to get us over here. So this is the hill that we keep running past when we go over to the Guardian place, the Ocean I keep wanting to call it a Guardian farm. We're not farming it, but you can just see the corner of the Ocean Monument over there. And I've grabbed a whole bunch of dirt and flattened this out and filled in the gaps. And now we have a nice space for a base. We've got a couple of patches here where we can go ahead and fill this in. But yeah, this is where our base is going to be. You can see we've got our nice view that we talked a little bit about in the last episode. I've got a nice view of the spruce forest there. It looks a little sparse back there. We may have to plant some more trees over there. May take this hill down a little bit so that we can see the Ocean Monument from here. We've also got the mountain back there, which we need to come up with a name for. I don't know yet. Mount Golf House seems a little bit self-serving. But anyway, I think we have everything that we need to go ahead and start building the base. So why are we out here in the middle of the ocean, 300 blocks from where the base is going to be? Well, we're out here. If you look over there, just in the distance, you can see a little bit of the colony. There's our big pillar. We are all the way out here because, well, frankly, I'm a little short on inspiration for the base. And if that's going to be our base, I don't want to go into that, just kind of winging it. I want to have a plan in place. So I'm out here in the middle of the ocean. The Ocean Monument is that way. My phone is going off. I think we actually have, yep, there's another Ocean Monument over there. We've got ocean monuments all over the place. But I'm out here in the middle of nowhere because I have realized that the Fullstack server pretty much addresses every need that you have. Iron farms, gold farms, XP farms, sugarcane, cactus, melons, it's all taken care of except for one of the most important things: entertainment. And by entertainment, I mean music discs. So what I thought I would do is come out here into the middle of nowhere and put together a little music disc farm. And I'm hoping that ultimately we'll be able to make it at least somewhat AFKable. Right now I'm the only one on the server. That's not a common occurrence here. We have a lot of people AFKing here, but it's usually not in the overworld. They're usually in the nether, collecting wither skulls or XP. So I think we're in a pretty good position here to go ahead and make us a music disc farm. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to have to go all the way up there because I want to kind of maximize the spawn rates. And in order to do that, I'm going to go up. So let's go ahead and get our shiny pink stuff here. At some point we'll come and we'll kind of flatten this all out. But I am going to go all the way up here to level 220-ish. Yep, level 220. I could go about 30 blocks higher, but the structure that we're going to build out here is going to be kind of tall, so I want to make sure that we have enough room for that. You can just see some of the farms from the colony out there in the corner, but if you look straight at it, you get nothing. So we're going to go kind of in this direction with the structure that I'm trying to build. what I'm going to do eventually, I'm going to put some ladders up here for a temporary kind of a thing, but eventually we'll end up with one of those kind of minecart spinny things that Woolly Creeper came up with that the Hermitcraft guys have pretty much stolen for themselves. And we're going to come out here to right about there. That'll work. I also need to come down here and swap out this stone for more of that shiny pink stuff. I just didn't bring enough of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a structure here that's going to spawn mobs with darkness. And they're going to fall through. They're going to come into this central chamber, and then eventually you'll end up in a position where skeletons are shooting arrows at us. Creepers will get in the way, and as a result, we'll get music discs. So I'm going to go ahead and build kind of the basic skeleton of the structure, and once I have that done, I'll bring you back and kind of show you what I'm up to. And then I'm going to check my phone. Okay guys, the structure is done. If we peek over here, you can see about how tall it is. It's 3 levels tall, and there's a floor in there and a couple of floors in there and everything. And I even went ahead and put a little bit of a design up here on the roof, even though nobody's going to see it. This is all half slabbed, so we don't have to worry about mobs spawning up here. And for once, I actually brought enough materials with me to get the whole thing done in one trip, and even to put the little design in. I assure you this design was done entirely for aesthetic purposes and not because I ran out of materials. So if we come over here, I'm going to try to do this really carefully so we don't fall all the way down. Perfect. You can see kind of the way that the structure is going to look here. This little bit here is temporary. That was just kind of blocks to climb up with. We can get rid of those, and we can probably use them to go back up, and so I can show you kind of what the structure looks like. So we have this floor here and this floor. These are identical, and what we're going to end up doing here in just a little bit is we're going to put trapdoors down along these edges, which, if you know anything about mob behavior, is going to trick them into thinking that's a full block, and then they will fall down there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a row of water along that edge and along that edge. That's going to push them down into this central channel. Now the central channel will also be filled with water source blocks, and what's going to happen as these critters all make their way down into the chamber, if they are a zombie or a creeper, they're going to try to charge me because I'm going to be parked pretty much right about here. I think we're going to put a block there to keep them away, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of separation. So we'll stand right about here. That'll keep the creepers from blowing up just because they're getting too close to us. What will happen though with the skeletons, because they're ranged opponents, they will fall down, and when they get to about here, I believe every block in here is kind of calculated in such a way that a skeleton who lands in here will be able to spot us, but instead of charging us like the others do, they'll stand back here and fire arrows at us. And what will happen then is that any of the zombies that are in the way will eventually die and drop worthless stuff. But the creepers will also die, and they will give us music discs. So what I need to do is go get me some water, quite a bit of it. I'll have to make myself an infinite source here temporarily. We'll flood this area down here, and then bye Moshmo, and then we'll kind of hi Moshmo, and then we'll come up here, clear out these torches, and hopefully we'll get some action going. Before we do that though, I do have to remember to come through and rip out this floor, because one of the things that we're going to need, we're going to put a chest kind of out here, And then we need a line of hoppers going all the way back because we don't know if the creeper's going to die right here or right here or right here. And we've got the iron to burn, so we might as well just go all the way back with it. So we'll do that. We'll put a chest out here. We'll get ourselves some ladders and head back down there. But before we do that, we have to get back down to ground level. I'm a little weary of doing that over there where the whatchamahoots it is, the island. That's the technical term for an island, by the way. Whatchamahoots it. We're gonna come over here, and this is not something that I normally do. So I don't know how many more opportunities I'm gonna get to do this kind of thing, but let's hope there's no squid down there breaking my fall. Ah! Perfect. Alright everybody, I think we're just about ready to get this thing going. The water is down on both sides. I've got the middle channel filled up. So I think the only thing that there is really left to do is to start breaking torches. And of course I can't reach that one from here. Go ahead and pick that up, and didn't make it. Okay, so let's come back over here. Pillar up once again. I'm kind of counting on the fact that if I stay fairly central, nothing will spawn because we're too close. So I don't want to get too far to the edges and risk having a bad guy creep in over there. We're going to leave these torches behind. I'm super unconcerned about them. Not too terribly concerned about these blocks either. Most of them are going to end up in the water streams anyway. And let's go ahead and get over there. We'll take care of this guy. Take care of that guy. Really, any mob that comes along, I'm not super concerned about unless it's a creeper, because up here, the creepers will not be in the water, which is a dangerous place for them to be, and for us to be at the same time. So now I can come out here and very quickly seal this up. Okay, so there we go. We've now got a farm going. We do need to kind of do one of these numbers. Am I out of blocks already? I'm out of blocks. Tell you what, we'll do some temporary stuff here, because as it stands right now, that's a little bit too bright in there, so we need to kind of make a tunnel leading into it. I did have some blocks here just to kind of serve as a barricade, because when the skeletons start shooting, they're going to knock us around a little bit, so we needed to be aware of that. Can I still get in? I cannot get in that way. We need this kind of backdrop here. So now what I need to do is kind of extend our little tunnel, not our tunnel, but our little path here. This is all temporary. We're going to make this look nicer, better, and a little bit later, and I probably should have worried about all this before I actually turned the farm on, but what are you going to do? So if we come out over here, we need to get a fair enough distance away from the farm that it will actually start spawning things. And if we look out over there at our entity count, we can see we've got 2 entities already. Now we're up to 6. In my testing before, I've managed to get this up to about 12. Okay, there's 10, so that's probably a good place to start. Now I do have my diamond armor on, and I've got a bow, so that when critters actually start finding me, I'll be able to fight back. Okay, so we do see a creeper up there. That's good. Although now, you know what? I have done something rather stupid. I didn't put trapdoors in there, which means we've got to get in there, and we've timed out. Okay, so let me do this. I'm gonna go make some trapdoors. We're gonna try to break in there without setting off some of these mobs, and we'll get those trapdoors going. Yeah, I didn't think this out very well, did I? Okay, so it looks like that timeout might have actually helped us because apparently it was just me, so everything has seemingly despawned under here. And of course, I broke the block immediately above the stream there. So let's come down here and let's see. We've got 64 trapdoors, which is what we need. I've also got 8 extra because I'm an English major and bad at math. So let's go ahead and see if we can do this without attracting attention. The perfect crime. It's like I was never even there, and as the sun comes up, we are back in a position to run over here and take a look at what we've done. We'll go ahead and eat some chicken, and we'll take a look at the entity count and see if we have any improvement there. Okay, so that's what we want to see. 10 entities over there. Moshmo just signed out of the game again, and I think that might have something to do with why our counts went up all of a sudden. So let's come down here. Okay, we've got a skeleton. We have good armor, so we don't have to worry about him quite so much. But there's no creepers in the way. So he's gonna come kind of... It looks like he's getting pushed by the zombies. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of them. There's some creepers. That's good. We want creepers. What I don't want are all of these zombies. They're cramping my style. Oh, that one's got a sword. Okay, so now we've got a skeleton down there. That's good. Now I want to stay... I need to stay far enough away. If I get any closer than this, that creeper's gonna blow. But they're all targeting me. So as that skeleton dispatches that that zombie, he's gonna start hitting creepers, which is exactly what we want. Okay. We've got a zombie down. The creeper is now taking the hits. It usually takes about 5 hits for them to go down, but it looks like they're kind of trading shots. There's... Oh! Okay. Well, that's no good. I don't think we got anything out of that. Nope. Just some bones. So that's the way that this is basically going to work. The creepers are going to make their way down. In cases where we have to kind of reset, we'll come back over here and we'll swing back around and wait for that entity count to go back up. So it's not a perfect science, but I think we're going to get some success out of this. I'm going to do a little bit of off-camera research, make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to, and hopefully when we come back, I'll have some music to play for you. Okay guys, so there's good news and bad news. The good news is it's working. We've actually got 2 music discs so far. The bad news, well, the ones that we've got are cat, which you can find in just about any dungeon out there. We are getting a little bit of experience out of this though, depending on where the mobs are when we kill them, so it's going to be a work in progress, but I think we've made our proof of concept here. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more. Maybe we can get a better variety of music discs than that. But in the meantime, there's a couple more things that we need to do to the farm before it's completely done. We have to do something about this little entranceway and this little path here. This is not going to do, so I'm gonna kind of pretty this up a little bit, yeah, I think we're making progress. Remember, our ultimate goal is that you should be able to AFK at this thing, which is not going to be an easy task. There's a couple more things that we need to do, but I'm pretty confident that we're going to get there. Probably in the next episode, I'll have this. Let me make sure I'm shifting. We'll have this done. This ladder will be gone, and we'll have the nice minecart elevator up here. I might actually move it out a little bit, so we've got a little bit more room to work with when we're dealing with those guys. And I'll get this platform kind of worked out in the meantime as well. And when we come back, we'll work on kind of optimizing this thing. Maybe we'll do something with the aesthetics. That giant brick wall is functionally fantastic, but aesthetically a little disappointing. I don't know how we're going to play with that given that it is now an active mob farm, but we'll think of something. I hope you'll join me for that episode. If you've liked this one, go ahead and hit that like button. If you really liked it, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if all of the derping around I've been doing getting this monstrosity built makes you feel better about your Minecraft experience, stalk me on social media. I'm darn near everywhere. And I guess that's about it. Until next time, my name is Golfhouse. This has been Fullstack. We'll catch you later.